Hello again fellas, it's me again. This is my computer. It's getting on a bit now, and it's time it was retired. It has done well though. It's lasted me almost 5 years now, and the CPU, which is an i7 2600K, running at 4.5 GHz, so it's still no slouch by today's standards. Got 16 gig of RAM. But my old graphics card, which is a ATI HD 6970, is starting to show its age. So I'm just doing some final backups before I strip it all out and install some nice new shiny hardware. Obviously the first task is to drain all of the coolant out of it, and then we can split the loop. I will be reusing the CPU block, but I'll stick with air coolant for the graphics card for the time being, until I get everything up and running. We're getting there. Right, we've run into a bit of a snag. This big heatsink at the top of the motherboard, when it's in the case, interferes with the radiator. So if you can see in there, there's plenty of space between the core and this lip, so what I'm just going to do is just going to chop a bit out. Hopefully that'll be sufficient. Get the Dremel out. Right, we've run into a bit of a snag. I can't find the required mounting kit for my old water block. Obviously the new socket is LGA 2011-3. I was using this on LGA 1155, and I think the chances of me finding a kit for this is pretty slim because it's an obsolete product now. So it's probably best that I just buy a complete new water block. Oh well, that just means I've got to go to Maplin now and buy an emergency air cooler and get ripped off. But anyway, at least I can get the system up and running. And here we are, all up and running, minus the water cooling of course. The final spec is an Intel i7 5820K. The motherboard is an MSI X99S SLI Plus. The graphics card is an MSI GeForce GTX 980 Ti. The sound card is an Asus Zone D2X. Power supply is a Corsair HX 1000i. I've got 16 gig of Corsair Vengeance DDR4 RAM, which is the 266 MHz versions. Hard drive hasn't changed. Got two 1TB Samsung spin points in RAID 1, and the main primary system drive is a 1TB Samsung 850 EVO. And overall, I'm quite impressed with this now. Its performance is quite good. According to 3D Mark, it's in the top 4% of all results. Power consumption at desktop using about 105 watts, or in the benchmarks that hovers around 400 watts. So overall I'm quite happy with this system. Obviously I will be overclocking the processor once I get the new water block installed, but at the moment I'm very happy. One feature about this graphics card which I do like is that the cooling solution remains passive until the temperature rises past a certain threshold or it's under heavy load. Now this graphics card is one monster. It's probably the fastest graphics card I've ever owned. The GTX 980 Ti from MSI is overclocked from the box, so it's faster than a stock Titan X, which is saying something because I think, well, this is completely overkill for 1080p. I can run GTA 5 with every setting maxed out, including AA and AF, and because I've got VSync on, it just sits there at 60 FPS, it doesn't care. So it will be quite good when I finally upgrade to a 4K monitor. Yep, I'm very happy with this system. Oh, and by the way, the power supply which I've got, I think I've over-engineered it a bit, I've over-spec'd. But anyway, that has a temperature controlled fan as well, which switches off at low load. There's even a little fan test button. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching this. If you've got any comments, leave below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.